Welcome to Larry the Alchemist, and on today's episode, I'm going to rank the last three Metallica records. I've kind of been on a Metallica kick lately, new Metallica, and I've really been enjoying them, and it's got me thinking about them and which ones I like better and where they kind of sit for me. So I thought it would be fun to just do a short little video here ranking the last three Metallica records. So the albums we're talking about here are Death Magnetic, Hardwired to Self-Destruct, and the most recent one, 72 Seasons. Okay, for me, I'm going to go backwards here. Number three. I mean, I like all of these. Hardwired to Self-Destruct is going to be at number three for me. I really like the title track, or the track Hardwired. Atlas Rise is great. Moth into Flame is good. Am I Savage? Halo on Fire. I like this one, and I feel like they kind of, this album is kind of a combination of, you get some riffs in things like the early albums, but you also get some of the songwriting that they learned through the Black Album and that kind of period. So you get the riffing, but you also sort of get the songs to a little bit more of the straightforward type of thing mixed in there. So that one comes in at number three for me. Number two is going to be 72 Seasons. And I put this above Hardwired because I really like the mix on this one, especially the vinyl mix. I've listened to it on Apple Music, but I feel like the vinyl mix is much better. It's a little bit warmer. You can hear the bass really well. And I just kind of like what they're doing on this record. 72 Seasons, Screaming Suicide, Lux Eterna, Crown of Barbed Wire. I just kind of like the vibe of this record, and again, it sort of takes like the heavy riffing, but it's still got sort of the songwriting sensibility of that sort of middle period 90s era Metallica. So the mix on this and the production on this, and maybe it's because, again, I just got it on vinyl and I've been listening to this one a ton, it notches a little higher than Hardwired. All right, number one for me is definitely this. This was easy. Death Magnetic. The mix is certainly flawed. It's a very much a victim of the serious casualty of the loudness wars. I won't get into that. I've done videos on that topic. You can look them up. And so the mix is really kind of fatiguing on the ears. The vinyl's a little bit better, a little easier to listen to, and has a little bit more dynamic range, at least to my ears. But this is a big comeback album for them. Like most people, I never really fully embraced the Black Album, and I sort of drifted away from Metallica after that and just lost touch of them. But this was a big deal. It was kind of a return to form for them. And I made a video on this album. I'll leave that linked in the description. But what I love about this record is it's just, man, there are just riffs all over the place. And you can really tell, like, that they wanted to prove something. They were like, hey, we still got the riffs and we can use them. And there's just riffs flying all over this. This Was Just Your Life, The End of the Line. You get a little bit more of a mellower one, The Day That Never Comes, All Nightmare Long, Cyanide, The Judas Kiss. I love that the instrumental, Suicide and Redemption. So for me, it's just a relentless riffing, the intensity on this record. I mean, it really felt like, yeah, Metallica is back. Is it Master of Puppets? Is it Ride the Lightning? No, but for the 2000s era Metallica, I'll take it. So yeah, I love this one. I come back to it often. I wish the mix was a little bit better because it is really fatiguing. It's impossible for me to listen to the CD because it's just so fatiguing. All right, so number three for me was Hardwired. Again, I kind of feel like when they transitioned from, this was just like, we're going to hit you with every riff we got, and we're going to just keep swinging at you, riff after riff after riff. To show we can still play fast and aggressive. Like the last song on this, man, My Apocalypse, wow. Same thing with the last song on this one, Spit Out the Bone. They are just like coming at you 100 miles an hour. So I also forgot to mention I love Murder One, sort of a tribute to Lemmy. But this one, again, feels like it's a mix of the real fast stuff, but would they slow it down a little bit, kind of make the songs a little bit more compact. And then, yeah, this was number 3. Was number 2 for me. And I just love the mix on this. I love the vibe of it. And just the songs, the feel of the songs across the whole thing. It's a nice mixture of riffs and songs and just creative little things going on with the production. So, all right, there you go. There's my ranking of the 3 most recent Metallica albums. Let me know what you think of my picks. What are yours? Which ones are your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. Till we see you again, make sure you stay metal.